Welcome to Workforce Solutions Cameron. My name is Gabby, and I will be with you throughout this Resume 101 workshop. We really hope this information is helpful for you. Let's get started. Why do you need a resume? What is the big deal? The purpose of a resume is to market yourself as a professional with employers and hiring managers. A resume will not get you a job, but it will get you an interview. Essentially, we want to get your foot in the door. In addition, employers, colleges, or universities might require that you have a resume as part of their admissions process. Time for a pop quiz. Do you know what is the initial amount of time an employer takes to review your resume? Any guesses? Let me tell you. An employer takes a maximum of 45 seconds to review your resume and a minimum of 15 seconds. Having said that, we want to make sure your resume pops out from the rest. Throughout this presentation, we will help you accomplish this goal. Remember, your resume is a direct reflection of who you are. If your resume is neat and organized, that portrays yourself as a neat and organized person. Make sure to double and triple check your resume for any errors. Having an error-free resume can translate you in putting close attention to details. Lastly, giving your resume a professional appearance tells the employer you are careful and competent. Do you think these are qualities an employer is looking for? Let me answer that for you. Yes, an employer will always welcome a person with all these qualities. Now let's jump into the different sections of a resume. The first section of the resume is called the header, and it is located at the very top of the page. What do you think should be included in the header? The header stores your personal information, so first we want to include your full legal name. Proceed by adding your address. We recommend not adding your complete address, maybe just city and state. You might ask why. Well, we do not know where your resume will end up, and we do not want strangers getting access to your personal address. Continue by adding your email address. Please make sure the email address included sounds professional. Also, make sure you have access to the email address provided. We would hate for you to lose out on an interview. Lastly, add a working telephone number. Please see the header example provided. After the header, we want to include your objective statement. The objective statement should be composed of two parts. The first part being a small professional summary about yourself, and the second, you want to communicate to your potential future employer what type of position you are interested in. The objective statement should be no more than 3 to 4 sentences. Please see the objective example provided. It could be something as simple as saying, to make use of interpersonal skills to achieve goals of a company that focuses on customer satisfaction and customer experience. Essentially, seeking employment as an outside sales representative. Next, we need to include education. As far as education goes, we recommend not including any education before high school. If an associate's or bachelor's degree was achieved, then we do not need to include any high school education information. We recommend including education information as follows. First, include the name of the institution with city and state, followed by graduation date. If graduation has not occurred, you can substitute by expected graduation date. Finally, you can include your GPA. We recommend including GPA only when GPA is 3.5 or higher. If the score is lower, just omit. Please see the education example provided. One of the most important parts of the resume rely on the experience or work component. So what can we consider experience? Experience is essentially anything where you have gained knowledge through direct observation of or participation of events. Under experience, we can include full and part-time jobs, self-employment, volunteer work, and practicum field and cooperative education. The layout of information to be included would be as follows. Job title, dates of employment, it can be month and year, company name, and city and state where the company was located. Once we have included the vital information, we want to start listing the responsibilities. To do that, we recommend the following. Using bullet points to list the responsibilities and starting each line with an action verb. It is very important to remember that if you are currently employed, we want to use present tense. And by the same token, if you are no longer employed in that company, you want to use past tense. Having a variation of verbs in your resume will definitely give it a more elevated tone. Remember, you want to tailor your skills and experiences to the position for which you're applying for. But it is really important to not lie. We want to be concise while providing enough details to our possible future employer. Please see the experience example provided. Moving on your resume, we want to include any awards you have earned through the years. Specifically, we want to include any awards that pertain to your career objective. It is very important to list your awards and any other information on your resume in reverse chronological order. This means we want to start with the present year back. Finally, we want to include any professional affiliations and activities you are part of. It is of vital importance to spell out the organization's name and not use any abbreviations or acronyms. We want to avoid any confusions. At the very end of your resume, we will be adding a section for references. We recommend adding references available upon request. You might ask why. It is the same concept behind your personal address. We do not know where your resume will end up, and we do not want to be giving out people's information. Let's do a quick wrap of what we learned today. What are the resume do's? We want to use action verbs, use short, concise sentences, use numbers, percentages, and dollar amounts. Keep resume easy to read. Keep resume about 1 page. Now let's review the resume don'ts. Do not use the pronouns such as I, me, my, etc. Do not include references. Mention references available upon request. Do not clutter your resume with non-essential information. Do not make any misrepresentations. Do not include any personal information, for example, social security number, age, sex, height, weight, marital status, photographs, etc. Thank you for your time. We really hope this information is helpful for your future endeavors. Good luck.